Hi, welcome back to the LSA YouTube channel. Today, the course we'll be taking is constitutional law, and the topic we'll be taking is definition and sources of constitutional law. This is an introduction into the course constitutional law, which is compulsory for all law students in 200 level faculty of law. Okay, so the first thing we have to know is that law varies from state to state, country to country. It varies basically within geographical areas of different states and different places. And there is no generally accepted definition of law. Law has been defined by various proponents, various jurists, eminent jurists have defined what law is. Basically, law is just defined as a set of rules or principles which guide the affairs of people in a society, which failure to adhere will attract punishment or sanctions. So, for example, now, if there's a law that states that women must not go out by 9 at night, and then they decide to go out, or a woman decides to go out, there'll be a punishment for breaking that particular law because it has been set down and put in place to curb different bad things from happening. Laws are put in place to guide and direct our affairs in society. It is this law that actually puts people, that corrects people, and because we all know that a state where there is no law will be a lawless society where anarchy will reign. People will just be, let's imagine a scenario whereby there is no one president and everyone is president over themselves. There will be chaos, there will be disorder, and there will be disunity. Everything will just be in chaos. The Constitution is the ground norm. It is the source, root, and foundation of organizations, governments, and rules in modern society. It is this Constitution that actually guides people. It guides whatsoever we do in a society. It is a constructive document. Jurists and constitutional experts have defined the Constitution in different ways. Before moving on, we have to know that the Constitution is codified. It does not necessarily have to be in one book. It could be in several books, but it is codified. Ben Nwabueze defined the Constitution as a mode of organizing a state and its government. In other words, a body of fundamental principles according to which a state is organized. If there is no constitution in a particular country, we'll realize that anarchy will reign because there is no set of rules which is codified in a place that people can go back and actually refer to when they are heard. For example, in the Nigerian society, let's give an example whereby there is no constitution. If there is no constitution, we'll see that everywhere is going to be in chaos. I don't know my rights, you don't know your rights. Everyone is just like having this misconception on a particular law, there's just this hearsay or yes from a particular person like, oh, we're actually meant to live like this, but they do not know that it is codified in a place whereby if someone infringes on their rights, they can refer back to it and go and get justice for themselves. So a constitution is an instrument of government made by the people, establishing the structure of a country, regulating the powers and functions of government. It is this constitution which is the instrument, which is the document that actually organizes the people in a country, that organizes the people in a nation. It is the ground norm, the supreme law of a country. It can be written or unwritten. When we say a constitution is written, it means it is codified in a single book. When we say it is unwritten, it does not necessarily mean it is not written at all. It means it is written and codified, but not in a single book. Like in the UK now, we have the unwritten constitution practiced there. In the United States of America and in Nigeria, we have the written constitution used there, and there are various other places that we could check up later on our own, but just giving the concept and the knowledge of what a written and unwritten constitution is. It establishes the structure of the country and the government. It is the principles, the basic principles to which life is to be conformed, the powers and the duties of government. It is the one which gives remedies for unconstitutional acts. Now, constitutional law is the law which regulates the exercise of constitutional powers by government and public authorities, the rights and duties of the individual, and the provision of remedies for unconstitutional acts. The constitutional law is the one that guides people who use the constitution. Now, what is constitutionalism? This is the conformity with the broad philosophical values within a state as expressed in its constitution. Simply put, what you just need to know about constitutionalism is that it is the strict adherence to the constitution. Strict adherence to the constitution. It recognizes the necessity for government, but insists upon a limitation being placed upon its powers. This is like the constitution here is in place already. But you need something that gives the people the strict adherence that, okay, you have to actually adhere to the constitution, to the rulings of the constitution strictly. That is what constitutionalism is all about. Now, sources of the constitution. The sources are they are various, they differ. There are a whole lot. Sources is where we derive, like, where did we get this constitution from? We have various historical and geographical experiences gathered over the years. We have notable historical documents like the British Magna Carta of 1215, the American Bill of Rights, the statutes passed by Parliament, decrees and edicts of military government, the intellectual works of eminent writers, jurists, historians, etc. We have customs and conventions, the customs of the people. The history, what is the history of this particular people? The preamble of the constitution states, "We the people of Nigeria." It gives a sense of history that, okay, this constitution was made out of the people's past experience over the years, gathered and accumulated by people, by eminent writers and eminent jurists, to form the constitution, what we have today. We have judicial interpretations of other constitutions and statutes. We have insertions by the promulgating authorities. We have international treaties made part of the body of national law through enactment by the National Assembly. We have many other sources of the constitution. But these are basically what we need to know. Okay, so now we've come to the end of today's lesson. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a nice day. Thank you.